So, welcome to the second episode of the Top Gear Philippines podcast. You might not have seen us in the first episode. I am Leander.
I'm Dinzo.
And you saw us in the first episode.
Yeah, we're back, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so it's Anton and it's me, CarLaw. So, what are we talking about today?
No, first things first. I thought we were gonna do something
Interesting.
special today.
So this one arrived in the mail, and thankfully, it's a little bit of a thank you to our subscribers also. So this is the YouTube. Well, we hope we haven't opened it yet, so we hope it's the YouTube play button.
it's a bit overdue. Actually, they send this when you reach 120,000 subscribers. Because we're at 120 right now.
And there's a letter.
Nobody's ever opened this before.
No.
No.
Oh, why?
Congratulations on your subscriber milestone.
So
Wow.
Let's not drop. Let's not drop.
Wow.
Take it out of the box.
I'm trying.
Wow.
So
It's so shiny.
it's so shiny. So I think a lot of this has to do with all our subscribers and the ones who supported us in the past few years, and especially those who helped us reach this milestone for 100,000 subscribers.
there you go.
Oh, so shiny.
It's so shiny.
So shiny.
It's like yung likod ng MacBook.
Ganda pala.
Yung Apple logo.
Yeah. So we're just gonna put this here.
So with that out of the way, let's start things off with the news. So you want to kick this off, Anton, with the
All
first
right.
one?
So a couple of interesting news that came out from the week that was. So, well, the first would be the surprise regional debut of the Civic, actually. And okay, let's be honest, it looks almost the same as the North American model, except for a couple of things. So, like the US model, the higher spec models are now hybrid. Even the RS is hybrid. And the only way to get the 1.5 turbo is with the base model, which is actually the mid-spec model.
Yeah. Wait, so you're now left with the 1.5 turbo and the rest is hybrid.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
So Tamaro pricing is interesting because me and Dinza actually, well, we're able to see the cars.
Sit inside a bit.
Dinza climbed onto the back of it also.
No, there was one Tamaro they opened briefly.
Briefly.
That's the top spec, no?
Actually, we don't know. No details were given that time.
No, whatever you saw and felt and asked a little bit of, that's all you got from the road trek event. So major scars, but it felt promising, rugged.
Mm.
It's using the old IMV chassis though. That's what I wondered also.
But it's a
With the
very,
old Hilux engines.
yeah, but it's a very proven chassis. But the big news here is not actually just the Tamaro. It's the indicative pricing that
So,
we have.
according to our estimated indicative pricing, it might start at 700,000 pesos. But the interesting part here is that this wasn't on the website. This 700,000 peso price point is for a drop side gas version. What was on the website was the drop side diesel, which might start at 850,000 pesos. Before I move on to the next variants, what do you guys think about that price point? If
It's a
it is,
huge jump from gas to diesel, though.
yeah,
150?
but it's well under 1M for a workhorse Toyota. What do you guys think?
Well,
Well, when you put it that way, the price, it makes a lot of sense. It's not the most, a lot of people can say they have this preconception in their mind. It's like the Tamaro of old, but people, when they think of that, think of the Tamaro FX, not the original Tamaro. And the original Tamaro really was a commercial vehicle. So as a business owner's option for a delivery vehicle, it's actually not bad pricing.
and Nissan Vida.
I never saw a Tamaro.
Really?
Like, yung Tamaro na hindi... Charles, ikaw, have you seen a Tamaro?
No.
Charles, behind the camera, is saying he hasn't ever seen a
But
Tamaro. Neither
that's
have I.
really old.
850K, you already get the drop side. And you get the 2.4 liter yata, I think.
Yes, it is a 2.4.
Yeah. And now if you go above that, I'm gonna skip the aluminum van, utility van variants. The one you guys saw at Road Trip is the drop side high variant.
I want to see what the aftermarket guys do with this kasi it's a blank canvas eh.
Mm.
It is.
Diba? It's the opportunity for modifying it. Like we sold an old pickup recently, and the new buyer's a car guy. The next day, change wheels agad. You had the idea of what it's gonna look like. It's gonna remove stuff. They like canvases eh.
Mm.
So I can't wait to see what's na Banabe Boy Justin do with it if when they get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Ato has been doing interesting things with the Light Ace.
Yes,
Yeah,
right?
So,
So-
We can expect him to play around.
Yeah.
with that.
They like canvases eh.
And what's nice about it is that I think the TMP has been completely all in on that because the brochure that they released, they have so many configurations out of it.
Yeah,
You could
there's
see
so many.
car camper, drop side, school bus,
School
everything.
bus, but
Everything.
food truck or something at a
Food truck. So interesting. So we can't wait for the Tamaro. Honestly, yeah. Like for me, it's a lot of it is nostalgia, but also
Interesting, no?
it's an interesting vehicle.
Question: if you guys were given a Tamaraw, and what would you do with it? Like, sabihin sa inyo, you can modify it any way you want.
Because I don't want to build something that looks like an off-road truck but is actually a mall crawler.
you don't want a 4x4.
Pero yun nga, it doesn't have
4x4.
This should
Yeah.
default
4x4.
Yeah.
B-boy yun.
Siguro good fitment that medyo mababa, bigger wheels, low profile tires. How would
So-
you build one, Anton?
So drift truck it is.
Yeah, pwede. Okay. So on to one of my personal favorite segments of the podcast, Marketplace Finds. Who's gonna start?
I'll start.
You'll start.
Yes, please.
Because like I've got a pair now. So Marketplace Finds, just for everyone's information again, if this is your first time tuning in, is when we go on Facebook and we check on the marketplace and see what are people selling and what cars technically we would buy with our own money,
Would
Yeah.
if we
Or at
had
least-
money.
interesting or good deals that we saw. And for me, for this week, I have a pair, and they're both Subarus. So a little bit older in years, but the values are quite good. So I have two. One is a 2010 Subaru Outback that I saw for 320,000 pesos,
Listed 19 days ago.
and a 2012 Subaru XV for 350,000 pesos. Thoughts? Anton.
The Outback's nice.
Yes, it
It's
is.
for 300 odd thousand pesos. Now you have a 6-cylinder engine, you have the wagon body, and you have the extra clearance.
Yeah, it's about 8.5 inches ground clearance, which is about a Fortuner.
No.
It's an interesting buy. It used to be the most expensive car in their lineup.
Now it's the cheapest one secondhand.
And now it's the cheapest one secondhand, mainly because of the fuel economy. Because
How does it do, Carlo?
I used to own this. That's why.
I remember you keep saying it's a good car.
Yes, 2.5. 2.5 to 3 kilometers per liter. With this 3.6 liters flat six engine.
Yeah, flat six.
And it feels good to drive. The problem is really just the fuel economy. That's probably why it's cheaper than the XV. Which,
Shout out to Jason. I think this is the same as his XV.
yeah.
Yep,
Jason
first
Tulio.
generation.
Yeah, first gen
Yes.
XV.
Yes.
2012 first generation XV. I love it, and this orange specifically because this orange came with those really cool mags
Yeah, the two-tone
at the time.
alloys, yeah.
I have friends who have this generation of XV, and they still love it until today. So that's why I think they're pretty good buys at this price.
Yeah, it's a pretty good little SUV.
Interesting. How about you, Anton? What BMWs have you seen this week?
Actually, I will start things off with a Chevrolet. And, because I was, maybe because seeing it when I was younger, like a Chevy Tahoe, like
Tahoe?
a GMT 400 Tahoe, the boxy one from the 90s, like the mid 90s. Those things always amuse me because it's like, ay, ang cute, it's a short Suburban, which was still big. So, around, the 2007 to 2014 model, that locally was only sold as a two-wheel drive. And then I spotted one on Marketplace with the Z71 package. So it's
Yeah.
four-wheel drive. This is probably one of the rarest spec Tahoes in the country. I don't know how many are there. Maybe this is just one, maybe just two of them. But, it's a four-wheel drive, well, larger than full-size SUV, the 5.3 V8. I mean, it makes a great camera car, don't you
How much
think,
is
boss?
How much is it?
How much is it?
It's less than 1.4 million pesos.
That's expensive.
That's not very cheap. I have an alternative for that, but let's talk about it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
But so you're telling us that you have a 5.3 liter V8
Yeah.
large SUV, American large SUV,
Yeah.
with all four-wheel drive.
Yes.
Which means the fuel economy is even worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
very good.
chugs gas.
But if you're getting one of these, you have zero right to complain, which is why we are not getting this.
So is it kilometers per liter or liters per kilometer?
Gallons per mile or gallons per inch or
Liters per, hindi per 100 kilometers.
per
kilometer.
kilometer.
Because it consumes a liter per kilometer.
No, but Tahoe's
my God.
also of that generation. Joyce has one, and they've had the problem with parts. So hopefully, well, if you do decide to pick this up, Anton,
Which I won't.
which you won't,
Never
Because
in your
we
lifetime.
don't have the
Why?
yeah,
So the team knows that I've been looking at BMWs for quite a while now. I love the E36, but this one is an E30. It's a 1990 E30 325i Touring. I've actually seen this in car shows, in car meets. Sorry, locally. It's so beautiful. It's a white wagon. I'm not the I still love the E36, but this is freaking beautiful.
is that photo in Esteba?
Yes, it
Of
is.
course, it's
I've
Esteban.
actually seen this car in Esteban also. Now it's for sale. I'm sure it's in very, very good condition. I don't even need to know the details, but it's 1.3 million pesos. It's better than the Tahoe. and
Is it more tipid than the Tahoe?
and it can be a good shooting car also. Diba?
You know that has
What did?
you know that has a glass hatch. You can open it.
Yeah, split tailgate, diba? Oh, better shooting car. So yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
Okay, you want-
specific E30?
You're gonna wish you were born 10 years earlier.
Because they were cheap 10 years ago.
You know, I saw. Okay, it's
I wouldn't have money 10 years ago. Anyway, so
It's okay. I still didn't have the money. But yeah, 10 years ago, you can get. It's a 318 though, not a 320 or a 325. But you can pick up one of those for less than 200,000 pesos back in the day.
318i Touring na
Yeah.
E30.
Yeah,
No,
for less than
that's
200,000.
ridiculous.
So yeah, about user Dinzo, what's your marketplace
Oh
find
yeah,
for the
I'm
week?
gonna deviate from your choices and
So no BMW.
choose a BMW.
Something new for a change.
Ano ba iba?
Daming BMW na second hand.
I wonder why.
Look at your saved items in Facebook.
Oh my.
Our
Mine's
favorite-
overflowing.
Our favorite bathroom pastime. BMW X6.
Oh,
X6.
how much?
179 pesos. One of our pet peeves. Well,
170. May Gcash ko sa kanya.
kahit doble mo pa eh.
May panggas pa siya.
I've always liked the odd cars. So the BMW X6, the first gen, it's not a good SUV. It's not a good car. It's too high to be a good car. It's too low to be a good SUV. So it's lost in the middle, but I like it.
I like it also.
It's like a microcosm of life. We're just
I've
lost in the middle somewhere.
never driven it, but I've
I
never
have.
liked it.
I like it. It's weird eh. It's really
I
weird.
mean, I like cars. I like the Nissan Juke, which a lot of people hated.
I love the Juke. I gave it a really high score.
Yeah, but the X6, like when I see it on the road, like, oh,
Why didn't you just buy an X5?
Because this one's cooler.
or just buy a car.
I
don't know.
I get it. The X5 looks more balanced. It looks more proportionate, looks sleeker, technically more handsome if you judge aesthetics.
You're
based on
using the word
technicalities.
more incorrectly. 'Cause it's
But I just like it. All X6s. And I don't know, do you guys have a model you like all throughout? Ako, even the X6 now, when I see it sa showroom sa Green Hills, it's nice. I don't know. I like weird coupe SUV crossover things.
That wraps up our marketplace finds for the week. Let's move on to our legal section.
So what segment did you want to call this, Leander, again?
Oh, CarLaw.
Yep. I don't know how I didn't think of this way back.
I would have put up a firm if my name was Carlo and I was an attorney like him. CarLaw.
You're questioning my taste, no?
So yeah, on to the CarLaw section.
The first one, it's part of the news also, actually, is there's an Anti-Kamote Bill that just came out on the news. And this stems from the fact that, if you remember a few months back, there was a guy driving down the Skyway and unfortunately a drunk guy on a motorcycle crashed into him
On the wrong way. Yeah.
going the wrong way,
Skyway 3 of all
and
places.
died. And then they ended up putting the guy in jail until something or other they filed a case. No, so the Anti-Kamote Bill, the whole concept is they're going to change certain parts of the law to make it so that if there's clear proof of that you are not at fault, they can't hold you, which is weird because who's going to judge that there's clear proof, right? So what a lot of people don't realize is there is actually nothing in the law that says that you're automatically be put in jail until a case is filed. I mean, it's not there. It's just certain policies are in place. Now, if someone dies in an accident or something, the standard operating procedure is to put the person in custody. But there's nothing in the law that says that that's a requirement.
Okay, so why does it happen then?
Kasi I grew up thinking that was actually what should happen.
No, it's not. Basically, what happens is that's why this law is coming out. They want to amend article on arbitrary detention, meaning if you're caught, the police cannot hold you longer than a set amount of time. So normally what they do is if they catch you and they want to hold you longer, they make you sign a document that's basically a waiver of your right against arbitrary detention, which you shouldn't sign. Call your lawyer first, right?
CarLaw.
But that's the problem with it, is that it's never been in the law. It's just became procedure of the law enforcers. Yeah.
So, for readers, and what do they do? Like, you're driving on Skyway and then someone crashes into you. What do you do?
You call your lawyer. Okay. Call a lawyer.
Call
Call boss.
It doesn't. You don't have to, because even if you can't afford a lawyer, if you're in detention, by law you're supposed to have access to a public defender. The PAO. PAO, they work hard. They work weekends. They work nights. So
Okay.
just ask them if it's right to sign this document, because normally it's the
Yeah.
waiver that'll get you.
Yeah.
So it's
Good.
just know your rights. I think the most important thing is just to know your rights as a citizen of this country, and hopefully this bill doesn't need to be passed for us to change the procedures.
Let's move on to the cars we're driving this week. So I think we have a list. What's funny is I think all of these are Anton's.
Okay, so to keep, so I'm gonna make this quick. Right now, I have a. The reason why I ended up with that marketplace find is I have the current gen Chevrolet Tahoe Z71, and right now my fuel consumption says 39.9 liters per 100. If you guys do the math, it's a nice number. I just finished.
Wait, what is that in kilometers per liter?
2.5.
Drive around the block to get 1 liter out of your tank.
By the time this is published, by the time this podcast airs,
Ubus na yung gas. No, but you continue.
How's the car been so far? Gas consumption notwithstanding.
surprisingly light to drive. And after the Tahoe, I am going to get something much, much, much more efficient. Hopefully, the MG ZS facelift without the
It's-
turbo, but with
Yeah.
the facelift look.
It's the comfort variant. No.
Yes,
Should be good.
Yeah.
I guess should be good.
should be more tipid than the Tahoe.
Well, I think anything will be more tipid than the Tahoe.
I mean,
Well, actually, the Territory Sport.
Was not.
I did 5 in traffic.
what? I will. Yeah.
But
when it got
Still better than the Tahoe.
yeah, it's better than Tahoe, but it's pretty bad for a compact
For a
crossover.
1.5
Yeah.
liter.
So I had the same complaints when I drove the Territory for the first time.
Yeah.
Still, I wasn't wrong. So.
No, but you have to also remember that traffic this week has been particularly bad.
Welcome back to school, children, and welcome back to traffic.
And
Working
dagdag mo pa yung ulan. So
Yes.
traffic. So hopefully in our next episode, wala na masyadong traffic. I guess that's all we have for this week. Do you guys have anything else?
Sorry, I was able to try the Lexus UX 300E
Ah yeah, a few weeks ago.
last week.
Last week.
Its electrification has been good to the UX because it was launched 2018 pre-pandemic and had a 2-liter 4-cylinder,
Yeah.
and okay lang, not the most sporty, but it's a heavy chassis. But it was the most affordable Lexus then, 2.5. But now it has everything: ADAS, electronics. It has a wireless CarPlay, a lot more features, and electrified. But the price is mga 3.8.
No.
It really I mean, mahal pa rin ang batteries. But it's great. I think small electric cars, I think it's been good. And hopefully the electricity will offset
Yeah.
all the money, extra money you spent. And there's a lot more features. And the power.
I guess this has been the Top Gear Philippines podcast.
Just gonna leave this here.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
On Shang's birthday, gold na to next time.